don't even know why I got on here. I got on here to say this. Don't I look good? I know I look good. Thank you, God. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debt. Mm, 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 mm. You better know it, boy. Ain't nobody playing out there, boy. My God. I can't remember what I got on here to say, though. I got on here to say something. I can't wait to write this book. I can't wait to write this book. I'm telling you, I done took sex. We done got to the bottom of sex. When this book come out, sex is gonna be all right for the whole world. I'm telling you, this book dope, bro. Like, this was it's at, man. This was it's at. But I can't put out because they kept doing something. It's over now, though. God cleaning everything up, boy. God doing a great job. I want to thank my ancestors, God, everybody for really pitching in, helping me out. Thank all those out there. Thank everybody that actually tried to help, you know. But it was something I got on here to say. I want to thank my new energy. Y'all been doing a great job, man. Some of y'all put your I ain't gonna say life on the line, but some of y'all did though. Some of y'all did. And you know what? I'm really appreciative. Really appreciative. Some of y'all, and then some of y'all even realize this is a book, and it is biblical, and it is prophecy. And I better do it right if I'm gonna do something about something and be a part of it. I better do my part right. I appreciate that too. Cause I said the same thing. I was normal too. Till I started seeing things moving different. And when God said, that's what I think purgatory is. I think purgatory is like, cause God was my lawyer. And that's like, purgatory is the spiritual court you wait in when somebody wrongfully, when you got wrongfully injustice was done to you. And God, you know, there's different lawyers for different people, and God comes and get me when somebody take me out personally. And God is my lawyer, so that's why this energy I'm reflecting is a lot of guys, God energy really. And God is the lawyer, is like he's throwing all this magic. And it's mainly I got way more details, y'all, but I'm gonna leave all that out. I want to put it in the book. Because the reason why I say that, because y'all been letting somebody warp the energy, and that kind of knowledge will destroy the world in the wrong hands. So it ain't that I'm not giving out the knowledge, because God want me to give out the knowledge. I want to give out the knowledge, but it's the fact that the wicked people, the evil people, getting the knowledge before y'all even get the knowledge, warping the knowledge because they playing God, and it's just making the energy even that much. And I noticed the more I done sat back, fell back on all that, the energy feel a little bit better. The atmosphere feel a little bit. I ain't talking about the people and all that. I'm talking about the actual weather and stuff. Because even when the sun's shining and the weather look good outside, I can tell if it's bad weather. And it wasn't good. It was doing bad. It was just, ugh. And I remember I went to a place. I rode with somebody to a place not too long ago. And normally when you ride to that place, you see beautiful women everywhere. Man, I seen people just looking like the energy that they swapped out with me. And just everybody looking like they just slumped over, ready to die. Or, and I ain't gonna say that, but they just looked like they were ill. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of the energy. And that energy, and somebody just gave, it's like, I want y'all to try to follow this with me. I was gonna say this earlier. It's like when the right person like me, if I stay up, do right. It's like it's a lot of people in my frequency. Pay attention to the vibration. We might not never meet, but it's different boxers. It's different run athletes. Different social media lines. It's like different groups start climaxing when a certain individual, and that showed the perfect synchronicity in all of us. It's like different groups. You might see somebody that look like me in every nationality that might be an actor, and might be one person look like me in each nationality. You know, maybe not, but they doing great. You know what I'm saying? Or they ain't even gotta look like me, but you know, you can just see a resemblance in the energy. And the same thing with the athletes and everybody. It's like, and if I start falling off, which I'm not gonna do that, but I'm pretty sure if I start falling off, and I record it as I go ahead, I'm gonna fall off. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I want to do, and I want y'all. I tell y'all, pay attention to the energy. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm saying, I think I did do it on Out High in the Building though, and I followed that energy, and that's how I know what I'm knowing. And it's like everybody fell off, like the different readers on social media, or the different social media line, you know what I'm saying, like a certain page on social media, YouTube or whatever, or group, or boxing athletes, they all started falling off. It's like that whole energy belonged to me. I paid attention to all that, bro. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm a working man. I love to work. I love to build. I love to work. I love to work. I love to work. And when they trapped me right here and swapped my energy up with somebody who didn't work, my mind started working. And it was like, I've been working since 12 years old. So I ain't never experienced working with my mind. I always ran from paperwork. I didn't like it. I mean, I did it. I got businesses and stuff like that on my own. I mean, you know, the only person that would have helped and that could have helped would have been my ex-wife. But I was already doing the business stuff before she got together with me. But I got into the big dog stuff when she got with me. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know what that girl. I bet she sits somewhere like this right here. I bet she like, what? I bet she like, my God, what was I doing? I'm telling you, dog. Don't. We got this saying. Me and my cousin who used to say, you smell like you've been running horses. Don't run horses. I ain't talking about like country folk and all that. They're talking about a different way. You know, we got this little saying, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't say it no more. My cousin said it he used to say it all the time. He probably don't say it no more neither. But he was bad about telling him, you smell like you running horses. Well, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. And you know what I'm saying? You alter your whole lifestyle, and you get caught up in that, chasing that, and time will go by just like anybody doing drugs. You got people that been on drugs 30 years, 35 years of people. I used to have to heal people who was on serious drugs, or tried to at least. And some of those, the hardest people the hardest people to get off of drugs was the one who've been on for like 30 years. And you don't even know how to approach these people. Go ask a counselor, they know what I'm talking about. But these 30 years, man, they done lost yachts, mansions, probably some of them were doctors, turned into, you know, some kind of addict. What can you tell them, man? Because they ain't on the drug no more for the entertainment. They ain't on the drug for the thrill. They ain't on the drug for the adrenaline rush. They on the drug to numb the pain of what they lost at this point. They lost kids, families, opportunities. 35, 40 years. I think at the most, I met somebody who a woman who did drugs for 47 years. Or something, 37 or 47 years. I said, my God. Now, matter of fact, it was a man and a woman. I met them, they did it. The dude, though, I observed him a little more because I knew he was a different type of vessel because he was a white dude, for one, but he looked just as young as I did down there. And hell, he been on drugs for 47 years. Strong drugs. And me and him used to kick it. I like him, you know what I'm saying? But me and him I was on drugs at the time too. So It wasn't good to hang with him. He was a lot older than me though, and I used to just go over there and look at why the hell he wasn't riding. Why the hell he ain't going down, bro? But my brother used to sell drugs to him. And I'm like, bro, you white for one. You know, she got this idea white folks supposed to not, you know, they supposed to age quicker. Dude looking young. And I finally realized he was a Ra family. He was not Ra, Anubis family. He was an Anubis vessel or something like that. I was like, man, cause that drove me up the wall, bro. I was like, man, I just go over there and just look at him. Cause I really wasn't on drugs bad. I just want to know. He used to say, man, what's wrong with you? I used to say, ain't nothing wrong with me, but I can't see why you ain't aging, bro. And that used to drive me crazy. And finally, my ancestor told me, dude looked young for a long time. Bro was on hard drugs. And he wasn't falling off like everybody else. And I used to just puzzle any doctor or physician. It'll puzzle anybody to that nature. I'm just sitting there looking at him like, bro, why you know? But anyway, getting them kind of people out of drugs, he didn't get out. I don't know. He probably got out now. He probably didn't though. He just said he been on it so long. He said, you know, but he wasn't on it bad though. Not no more. Not like he was. He didn't do it as much, but. You know, you get a certain age, you feel like you need to get off everything, period. But, you know, different strokes for different folks. He probably out by now. I don't know. It's been a long time since I seen him. But, it was hard to get these people off these situations. And you just don't know what to say to these people, man. And you don't know what to say to these people. And that's what I tell them. I just tell them that. I say, I don't even know what I would do if I was in your shoes. And I just tell them the good effects. You know, write down how you feel. I tell them just different stuff. I just tell them the good effect, you know, what's good about getting off of it. And, you know, most of them be, they soul be, they be weary in their soul, you know, they don't have peace. And most of the time they just get out for the peace, you know what I'm saying, trying to find peace within themselves. But anyway, what else I was talking about? What I got on that? I can't even remember, that threw me out there. I keep hearing people say, I know y'all love me the way I am, baby, I love me. Shoot, I take care of me. I was on the street, bro. I had a darn near live on the street. I already know. And the street live here, like, when we didn't have nowhere to go, wasn't nobody at my house. So when we needed somewhere to sleep, all the cats from the street to come in the house, sleep, take a couple hours nap. All the drugs would pile up in the house, sleeping on the floor and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I kept the house unlocked. Hey man, I'm at your house. You know, it was a dope house, really a drug house, but not like no trap drug house. It was just a house for us to go chill when we were done working on the block. And I know what women, I know how sex and stuff can go. You know what I'm saying? For me and all women. I know how that can go. You know what I'm saying? I know all the details. Like, you can just get past all that. And over time, I started saying, you know what? But I was out there when I was a teenager. I was like that. But I had that accident. I just stopped being like that. When I had to go a year, when I was forced to go a year, I ain't had no choice but to abstract myself. So I had to watch what was really going on. When you're in the midst of everything, you can't really see what's going on. But when I had to abstract myself, I seen what was really going on. I seen people really didn't love each other. I seen people really had motives, agendas towards one another. I seen people plotting on each other. I seen people plotting to kill and rob each other. You know, and supposed to love each other. And seeing people destroy each other, behind each other back, supposed to love each other. And then I saw it so often, I said, man, it's easy to study yourself. Now we looking at it on a physical level. I ain't even talking about the spiritual side right now. So that alone made me straighten up, man. And then I said, I gotta do something with this energy though. I started working out. My body stayed at Tucson. I always stayed at 200 pounds. My body kept gaining weight. I always get 180 something. And man, I hated that. I ain't never liked carrying that weight because my long weight was. But I could never keep it down. Then I had to realize I couldn't eat like everybody else. I couldn't move like everybody else. And I need to exercise more often than everybody. Not as much as everybody else, but at least that's little exercises a day, every day. And then I noticed my weight finally started staying down. And you know, I wouldn't have been able to focus on that if I were giving my energy to people all the time. I just started utilizing my energy in other places. Build cars, build studios, build computers, build anything I can put my hands on, really. Redesign floor plans in the house, start a business, try to create jobs. There was one time when I was dealing drugs, I would work at outlet centers and stuff, like the one in Commerce, and they'll put me at the door on holidays, Black Fridays and stuff, and I'd be the little door person, or I'd fold the clothes, and they give me these discounts, and I'd get as much clothes with the money I done hustled on the block. I take money that I hustled on the block, you know what I'm saying, and they'll sell in bulk on Black Friday, especially to the people who work there. I would buy as much as I can, and I would get in my car after that. I would hustle on the block, go there to the outlets and work, and then I would drive around on my way home and everywhere, wherever. At the store, gas station, like, hey, you wanna buy something? Want to buy this? Got this for you. I about to sell this to you. You know what I'm saying? I probably got a shirt for $5. I sell it for $10, $15 or whatever. And I got a lot of them. I did that. I was just a hustler. I was moving, bro. I realized I could utilize my testosterone in more ways. And then I realized just sitting still on my testosterone, I kept thinking sexually. And there was no way I could transmute it. I tried with reading, that worked a little bit. And I would try, I ain't talking about biblical stuff, but I'm doing that anyway. But I would just try to read extra, you know, and it worked a little bit, but I did music, that worked a lot. But I needed to move. So I started working, bro. I started hustling hard. And at this time, I didn't even, it might have been one time, I probably did have a girlfriend somewhere. I don't even remember the last time I didn't have. This is the first time I ever been without a woman in 2018 when they did all this magic. That's the first time I ever been without a woman. I ain't never been without no woman. Last time I was without a woman before that was probably 8th grade, 7th grade. And that's because I was selling dope hard. And there was no point in being with nobody. But by 9th grade, 10th grade, I kept a woman. And I ain't telling nobody to do that. It's not a good idea. And it's all the women from then attack me right now, still attacking me right now. All of them. For me, it wasn't. I didn't know myself. I didn't know my DNA, so I didn't know what I was getting into. But I was just hustling. If I wanted a certain car, I wanted something nice, and you know, I ain't got parents to get it for me. I'm damn sure not finna get it how I'm not finna get it the Diddy way at all. I ain't even thinking about them kind of way, because they been out here. Them kind of ways been out here. That always been out here, but back in the day, more people would turn it down. They started that pyramid flow on and darn near trap people, and you can't trap nobody or nothing though. It's still decisions. But I didn't do that. I went the opposite way. I went on here and work. I always, man, I didn't want nobody to front. When I was in the streets, I didn't want nobody to front me nothing. And when they told me how much it was to front me and what I would have to pay, double up and stuff, I would just go get all that money, make it up myself, and just buy what I needed at the time. Ain't no street like that no more. Yeah, I couldn't do that now if I wanted to, because it ain't like it used to be. But what I did was I wanted a nice car. I see they came out with a car. I was always in love with Cadillac. I really think they should have came out with that long Cadillac, the one I got on my little high video. But I understand why too, because all the traffic, all the cars, all the population. But I'm still gonna get me one. I'm gonna get that and that Rolls Royce truck. I'm gonna get both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get those two. But anyway, so I always liked the Cadillacs, and so I seen the Cadillac I wanted, and I would hustle. I double up on the job, double up on what I'm hustling. And like I said, when I was selling clothes, I was also selling cigars, tater chips, street stuff people needed for the streets. You know, I was selling everything. I was selling everything, y'all. I'm talking about bulletproof vests, guns. I was throwed off. I sold everything, bro, for a long time. But I was young. You can't do that. You can't do that now. I sold a lot of stuff though. But young, bro. I was just trying to hustle up. I had to get when, like, if I wanted this car, I couldn't go to mom and dad. I can go to my pop for credit, because his credit was always A1. And I always had good credit too, but you put his credit on top of my credit, I darn near get the car for free. But that, you know, you can't get it free. You gotta pay for it, but the payments would be cheap. So I grabbed him, you know, pay about $3,000 or $4,000, which is a lot of money down on a car back then. Guarantee you to drive off with it. And I pay on it myself. You know what I mean? I pay on my stuff, all my stuff myself. I only use the credit like once or twice. And then I build mine up to be as good as his, if not better than his. And you know what I'm saying? I bounce off their credit. And I learned all my stuff. I learned all this on my own. I learned this myself. You know what I'm saying? If he couldn't do it, I'd find somebody else who would do it for me, because they knew I was a good worker. But normally he could though. I did that. And I had fun doing it. When I went from illegal to legal, when I really seen how everything was and how it worked, how credit scores and all that worked, and I was like, okay, I didn't know I could do this. And then I realized that I could take the credit score and flip it. I was like, wait a minute, I can get a credit score. You can get almost $1 million with the right credit score. I was like, wait a minute. Let me take this credit score. By this time I had a woman that messed me up. Let me take this credit score. I'm gonna get this kind of a loan, and I'm gonna invest it right here. I ain't gonna tell nobody. And I'm gonna flip this right here in a couple hours and triple what I would have made on anybody's block in an hour. But the problem was I had that darn woman with me. I'm telling you, that little group y'all got going on, that's why a lot of y'all ain't getting nowhere. That's a set. Like, if you knew energy, you wouldn't even invest in energy like that. Like, some of y'all know energy, teach energy, probably done perfected the art in energy at some college somewhere, and you still don't know energy. That don't even make sense. Like, because you do unto others, you don't want done to yourself. If you put somebody in a situation where you want to take their family from them, make sure they lonely, and sacrifice to take care of kids, then you are definitely putting yourself in a bad position. Off top, right then and there, the energy gonna warp. The energy ain't gonna take time to warp. The energy ain't gonna wait till something happen to warp. The energy gonna start to warp right as you doing it. And when I started noticing that, I was like, why people keep moving this way? And I noticed that on the streets. So I was baffled when God made me get out of that studio and get back into the world, which was in 2018, 2017. I noticed that grown people was moving this way. I said, whoa, somebody messed up somebody a long time ago. Cause I'm 40. I stopped dealing with the streets around 21 when my brother was murdered. Cause we was a year apart. I was the oldest. I was 21. He was going on 21. He got murdered right before 21. So, I was like, my God. So I started practicing working at that time. So I had all this time to practice getting right with God, getting myself right. And it took me a long time, y'all. So all this incredible stuff that y'all say I'm doing now, and you think I work for it though. I mean, thank God showed me, but my Father don't never give us nothing for free. It's a process. You gotta work for it. That's why all y'all women and men out there that's looking for this person, good luck. Cause it's almost like you gotta fight to find them, right? Cause you're trying to fight to find the devil. That's it. It's energy. It's trying to teach you something. It's so hard to get because you ain't supposed to have it. Anything you get that God's gifting you is something you're gonna have to put work into. Period. If God will do it to his own children, he's gonna do it to everybody. I mean, we all his kids, but he do it to everybody. But anyway, besides all that, that's what I did. I went and but I was selling everything at the time. Though you can't do all that now, though, y'all. So don't listen to my stories. I'm gonna do this. You can't do none of that now. When the game started changing on me, when the plugs on the streets swapped to the plugs in the doctors, that started. It is what it is. The game changed on me, baby. So I shifted with it because you can't go back. You can't force it. So a lot of people tried it, but it's just temporary. It's not gonna last. So immediately I started adjusting and investing. And what can make me money like the street, if not more? And I found out how. But it was a process too, as well as everything else. Now I enjoyed it because I met new people. I met new women. You know, so I got to know new women, different variety of women. You know, working at these, especially working at these centers and stuff. Met a lot of people. And darn, somebody was cheating on me up there too. Darn, female rough, bro. I'm just thinking about something like, man, Shawty cheated on me up there at that stuff. That's crazy. That was a long time ago. I ain't care about nothing like that then, though. Because back then, I had the mentality like, if a woman got on my nerves, I'd tell them, go somewhere else. Go and deal with somebody else. But they really wasn't girlfriends, though. They were just friends with benefits. But anyway, Lucy, you was something else. You was something else. Lucy was something else. Lucy, you was something else, y'all. You broke my heart. She was the only one that broke my heart. I made sure she was the last one that broke my heart. Well, outside my head, wife, but she didn't really break my heart. It was more of a disappointment. How we gained so much, it was like, how can somebody even think about it? So it was just like 2 times that I had my heart involved in these relationships, and it just tore me apart. But it didn't tear me apart, it built me up, actually. It tore me apart, then built me up, so it remodified me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it do. It ain't no hard. It's nothing. Everything you go through in life is meant to make you better and stronger. That's it. There ain't nothing out here to hurt you, destroy you permanently. Nothing. Not even sex issue when it comes down to, You know, the hard stuff when people force this, that. None of that is meant to break you. It's meant to remodify you. Trust me, I know. But that's it, y'all. I don't even know why I got on here outside to show my sexy self. But love yourself, I guess that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Love yourself. I had to learn to love myself. I seen the most beautifulest people come through the blocks and give themselves over to sin. And I watched sin decomposing faster than a blink of an eye, really. And, you know, 1 minute you got all this going for yourself, probably came from a good family, you got it going on. And the next minute you barely out here, you know what I'm saying? It's discouraging to see. But all different nationalities, I've seen it more too often. Enough so to when I wanted to learn to preserve my soul. And I learned how to do that by staying away from people, even if that meant sexually. And if I had to be celibate, then I just transmuted my energy and put it into something more relevant. Peace and love right there.